VTS and you and just to say that's possible. Thank you. If you call me before you drop your anchor, call me before you drop your anchor so I can check your position. And I have no immediate traffic for you at this time. Thanks, sir. Release signs for VTS. Release signs for VTS. That's all, see, thank you. I have no reported traffic out to the rest of this time. I understand your boarding time will be 21:15 at the Eastleigh Buoy, is that correct? Thank you, sir. Maintain listening watch on channel 12. Call me again as you pass Yarmouth.
Oh, oh dear. Oh, hey, shipmates. Caught me by surprise, that one did. Looks like this yacht's getting very close to that buoy, isn't it? Not careful, he's going to get his spinnaker wrapped round. Oh no, he's steering around the buoy. Well done. He might have been blindsided by the spinnaker flapping around. There we go. Well done, shipmate. Good for you. Right, anyway, we're not here for sailboat. Oh, pretty, aren't they?
VTS, CMA, CGM, George Forster. Hook out, main channel to the east, deep water route about 2015.
Deep water route at 2015, that's all received, so thank you. And at this stage, do you want me to pass an amended boarding time to the MSC Verb?
It's turning out to be quite a lovely evening. Let's check the sunset here. Very nice. Lovely textures.
It's going to be approximately 2045 to 2050, best guess.
Yeah, that's all received, so thank you. Apart from the Virgo, the ferry barn due at the nav at 2030 inbound, and yeah, that's nothing else immediate at this time.
Yeah, it's a lovely evening. Yeah, some lovely clouds out there, some texture, and sun doing that whole gold thing and shining through in beams. Looking rather attractive. Just had a rather large container ship go out, the CMA CGM George Foster. Ark Independence Ro-Ro is just on its way down Southampton water. But of course, we're here for the Anthem of the Seas, which is up at this end, just off to the right. And no, not the bridge that you can see. That one here. Lower, a bit lower. Not that bridge. That is the Celebrity Silhouettes Bridge. Anthem of the Seas is the far end of the dock. Actually get to see her when she leaves. And I think there was a message saying that we should be leaving on the radio, but the radio decided to get all gobbledygooked. But she's far end down there, and she'll go down to the end, turn round, and then come back this way. But I don't know if anyone heard on that radio. Normally shipmate Robert is pretty... Oh gosh, chat's busy, isn't it? Robert's in the... No, so we don't know. Not sure. I think it was the Anthem of the Seas. Being up, ready to depart. I'm hoping anyway. you're hearing everything in double. Oh, sorry about that, shipmate Vanessa was. I hope that's not me. Shouldn't be. Important question from shipmate Mark Richardson. Where is she going? She's off to Poole Bay. Oh, Kevin too there has beat me to it again. Actually, the Ark Independence row carry. It's actually, I've been quite hazy all day, but I've just noticed now that we've actually got a, you can see the George Foster right at the end, got a good view down to Cowshot Spit. It's not been very visible for most of the day, so that's good, that's positive. You should be able to see the Anthem of the Seas quite some time then. It's not like she's a small cruise ship, so barely visible. 168,000 gross tons and 347 metres long. So not too dissimilar to the CMA CGM George Foster. It's just in front of the Ark Independence. Like it's just about to go around Cowshot Spit. We'll quick check on the marine app to see if there's anything like the Anthem of the Seas is moving just yet. Check on that sunset as well. See how that's cool. Oh yeah, coming along quite nicely. Go and watch these. Wait for Anthem of the Seas. The CMA George Foster just going around Cowshots. As you can see, the visibility is not the best this evening, but it's I think it's good. We'll get to see Anthem of the Seas when she's down that way, so that's good. Oh, that's good. Chat again. Where are we in the chat? Oh, okay. Oh, ahoy there, Tina Burden. Nice bright evening. Yes, it is a lovely bright evening, and it's picked up temperature-wise. It's been a little chilly here down in Port. For some reason my radio seems to be all garbled this evening.
Better received, so thank you. The clear channel container vessel CMA CGM George Foster is bound in Cowshot outbound main channel to the east at this time, and the Rolo Ark Independence approaching the Catalans outbound. That one not clear channels. Correction to my last, so the Ark Independence is clear channel.
Talking the VTS, that's the VTS radio, that's the Vessel Traffic Services, talking to other ships. I couldn't hear which ship it was talking to, but it was some other ship that's coming in, so it must be some distance away. They're just merely telling them that two vessels going out are clear channel, meaning they need an extra wide space to manoeuvre, and it's good to have another vessel passing by. For smaller vessels are clear channel, and they can traffic going both ways. Okay, that's sort of check. Oh, there, Nick Leg 61. You went on the first sailing of this lovely ship. Oh, it is a great ship. Oh, there's a particular feature, Anthem of the Seas, which I really like. Now, one of these days, I keep saying this, one of these days, someone's going to let me on a cruise ship to do some exciting and weird and wacky things. It's got a helicopter deck, of course. That's always been an objective of the channel, to try and land on a helipad somewhere. The other thing, the Independence Anthem of the Sea, is a observation pod which projects up into the air. Now, I don't think it'll be activated because there's no passengers. First passenger cruise will end. It might have its little pod pop up then. We will see it when it goes out. I'll mention it and point it out, but it's an excellent little pod. It pops up. Do you want another 50 meters elevation above the top of the ship or something? Absolutely brilliant idea, and I think it'd be great to fly my drone around that, but to fly that close to ships, so keep clear unless I have permission. So one day someone will give me some I will just watch the Ark Independence at the moment. The sunset's coming along nicely. But nothing at the far end of port. Not even any container ships at the moment. Now, this is a very unusual sight for Southampton. At the end there, you can see all the container cranes looking somewhat like prehistoric dinosaurs. Grass with their heads arched up in the sky. Like Diplodocus trying to reach for that tasty leaf. Well, they're all pointing upwards. We're just waiting for some container ships. Very unusual sight. There's normally at least 1 or 2 container ships. Very rarely completely empty. It's a little bit different. So yes, team. Ahoy there, Team Maynard. Oh, ahoy there, Lewis Edlin. And ahoy there, News Girl 100. And ahoy there, Tim Maynard. He's done the thumbs up. Well done. Thanks, shipmates. All these things I'm led to believe are useful. Don't quite know how it all works, but it's a learning experience for me and a learning experience for you. Ahoy there, John Brighton. And ahoy there, Sparky. And ahoy, Paul Barnett. Let's have a quick look at the map to see if Anthem of the Sea is moving.
Yes, Anthem of the Sea. Anthem of the Sea is detailed. Yeah, with single up now, ready to break away from 106 both, because the upper swing ground, swing paddle port. Right, Anthem of the Sea, VTS, that's all the sea, so thank you, please. Thank you. Figures, crew 1430 plus 1, guests 16. Anthem VTS, all received, thank you.
Well, I hope you caught that, shipmates. Just singling up, so she will be shortly on her way. Singling up means that there are many lines attaching the ships to the dock. And when it gets close to going off, they just have a couple left. Single one, as they refer to it. And then when they're ready to go, they release that and off they pop. But it's interesting to hear that they were obviously fairly full complement of crew. I actually know what the maximum crew is, but I'd imagine that's somewhere in the right vicinity for crew. And 16 passengers. I mean, how brilliant is that to be on a ship that has capacity for almost 5,000 passengers with over 1,000 crew, and there's only 16 passengers. You'd be treated like royalty, wouldn't you? That's like the most fantastic super yacht in the world. Let's have a look. I've just gone back to the comments again. I keep forgetting to read all this chat. It's wrong ship. Yes, it's wrong ship. Sorry. I can have a look at the sun setting. I think it's lost its brilliance. Ahoy there, Tizzy. And ahoy there, Vanessa Wells. And ahoy there, Steph P. Singling up, it will take a little while because inconveniently cameras placed building that's quite in parallel with the port. So got a smashing STC5 terminal. Can't actually see the ships, so if I'll zoom in a bit over here. We can see the wing bridge here of the Celebrity Silhouette and the Anthem of the Seas further down there to the right. So she will actually be quite a way from the dock by the time we get to see her. I think I may have just heard a bit of a honk. And there's a good chance that definitely moving. Ahoy there, Sean Docker. And ahoy there, Lee Pullman. Yeah, that's Kevin Hurt. Sets 1,430 crew. And ahoy there, shipmate Policeman 01 Gaming. Welcome aboard. I might go back and see how Arc Impendent's doing. Oh, me like potentially visibility's reducing. It is. I definitely can't see the Isle of Wight anymore. It's look a little murky down at Cowshot. Well, it's good enough visibility. And actually, what's going to happen this evening? Actually, got Queen Elizabeth.
PTS, Red Osprey, Northwest Netley in, permission, continuous speed, please.
Red Osprey, yes, permission granted. The Anthem of the Seas, just slipping from 106 berth and going to the upper swing ground, swinging and then sleeping up.
That's all copied, Anthem of the Seas departure, thank you.
Yeah, I've also got the Queen Victoria leaving 8 o'clock. So at this rate, I'd imagine by the time we're looking here where the Arc Independence is on the left-hand side of your screen, just going around Cowshot's bit, probably the Anthem of the Seas will be starting to go down Southampton water, and then the Queen Victoria will be on her way. Won't see much of the Queen Victoria. The end of the port. Hidden by a rope. There we go. That's the stern of the P&O Iona. And she has her first cruise with passengers on, I think it's 7th of August, if I've got my dates correct. And there's the Ro-Ro, and then is the Queen Victoria just behind, completely obscured by the Ro. So we won't see a great deal. She'll just drift out and go down, but we'll actually see her go down Southampton water, depending on timings. Independence is just turning now. Ahoy there, shipmate. The 5 best friends. I must say there is a very interesting names that people have for their YouTube channels. That's a quick bit. Oh, ahoy there, Adrian Sexton. Boarding Britannia tomorrow. Oh, excellent, shipmate. Where are you off to on your cruise? Is it one of those British coastal ones down to Cornwall, I suspect? And one guest on board, Daniel. Ahoy there, Dale Cousins. One guest on board. No, that's the +1 is the pilot. Oh, I like to think sometimes it's the captain's girlfriend, but no, it's just a pilot. Tim Maynard would like to be number 17 of the guests on board. I agree with you there, shipmate. That would be a phenomenal experience, wouldn't it? No waiting at the bar, etc., etc. Yes, exactly. Got straight to the heart of the matter there. And ahoy there, Karen Ham. You're boarding Anthem of the Seas on the 20th of July. First time on the Royal Caribbean. Excellent. Where is the Anthem of the Seas going on the 20th of July? Is that under the UK coastal, or is that down a little further? Oh, and ahoy there. Our recent subscriber, Ollie's Gaming. He's down at Mayflower Park. Mayflower Park, are you? Notice was a little group of ship spotters down there. It's one of those tongue twisters, and you've got to be careful how you say that. Ship spotters. There we go, there's a little group of ship spotters there down at the end of the park. Great place to ship spot Mayflower Park. You can drive up in your car, get a good view of the port, especially if they're turning round.
CTS, thank you. The MSC Virgo now will be boarding 2045 of an air, and the Armory in 2030 of an airport.
One of the outstanding features of Mayflower Park is 2 locations to buy an ice cream from. Can't turn that down in this sort of weather, can you? Can't see Anthem of the Seas just yet. Check on the map. Did say, oh, she's definitely moved. Yeah, I would say give it another 30 seconds and a minute, and she'll just start to appear on the right-hand side of the screen. Oh, hi there, new subscriber, Liz Dave. Welcome aboard, shipmate. All these ship spotters down here can already see her because the corner of Mayflower Park has a bit of view to do silly buildings in the way. Somebody's... Nick Legs suggesting that Karen would like the ship. I think Karen's going off on... Yes, it was. Oh, yes, it does look... Oh, there we go. I can just see the bridge wing. So they have two bridge wings there. The bridge wing of the silhouette at the top and the bridge wing of the Anthem of the Seas. She'll head over towards the container terminal, then swing around and then come back towards. Get a lovely view of her turning round, spinning. Oh, there, David Powell from Cowfold, West Sussex. I'm not familiar with Cowfold. Sounds a quaint little place. Oh, there, Richard Harding. Where is the ship? Ta-da! There is the ship. Easy. And for the next trick. Oh, there, Jennifer Harrison. Wonderful to see the different ships. Love the commentary, radio, and droning. And you've learnt so much. Oh, very much, shipmate. I'm just careful when I read these messages because it sounds like they love my droning on. I don't tend to drone on, but maybe I do. Personal reference. Oh, see, Anthem of the Seas is actually one of the bigger ships we get into port. Certainly capacity-wise, with very nearly 5,000 passengers. Depending on the size of screen you're viewing on, just be able to make out crew on the bridge. I should have some lovely sailing conditions down to Poole Bay. It's not far to go, although they won't be going directly there. There'll be a little time going around the Isle of Wight. Probably steam up and down the channel a bit. So. Water. Yes, you could definitely see a few shipmates there. The bridge, yeah. See the silhouettes of them. I can also see a few people on their balconies. Yes, definitely a few people there. They will be the shipmates. Most of the lines since the lockdown have been allowing the shipmates to stay in the cabins, passenger cabins, rather than they're probably not quite so palatial crew cabins. Oh, Tim Ellis says there's no reason that the pilot is not the captain's girlfriend or boyfriend. Not, the captain could be a lady. Or I think of all types. Actually, I'm going to take this opportunity to up a little bit. That's what I was talking about earlier. That's the observation pod. I'm sure it's got a more impressive name than that, but I'm going to call it the observation pod. Just see it says Royal Caribbean International. That arm and a little capsule at the end, and that goes up, elevates up above the ship, and affords you a wonderful panoramic view of the ship you're on and the port you're coming into. It does also swing from side to side, and I can't remember, but I believe it may be controlled from inside the capsule itself. Maybe shipmates could let me know in the chat. I have noticed that shipmates are incredibly well informed on this channel. I daren't say anything without making sure I've researched it. Otherwise, a barrage of comments saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Actually, no, they don't say that. They say, actually, it's this or that. But if I ask a question, I normally get an answer. So, likewise. I have not droned the Anthem of the Seas.
Ready your VTS, thank you. The Ark Independence just round in tail shot. Outbound is clear channel.
That's the first time that the Anthem of the Seas is making an appearance on the channel. Probably need to get out and drone her next time she comes in.
NYK Virgo, this is Southampton VTS, channel 12.
That's a particularly...
NYK Virgo, Southampton VTS, good evening, sir. I understand your pilots are coming from an outbound vessel this evening, and I've been asked to amend your boarding time to 2045, 2045, over.
I think I might turn the radio off.
That is correct.
Just turn the radio off. I think it's providing us with any information that we don't know, because we can see the ship's moving. Radio is on. Yes, I was saying need to get out and make a drone video. The Anthem Seas. My drone's been in repair in Holland. They're very efficient. The Chinese company DJI, they're very, very efficient. Did that very quickly and sent it back to me just when it got really damp and wet. Typical for this sort of thing. It's typical British summer at the moment. We've just got a bit of drizzle. Flying the drone problematic, so I'm trying best to a weather window, but it's looking good the next couple of days, so hopefully next time Anthem Seas comes back in, the weather will be good. I do like the Anthem of the Seas. Got a great big name on the bow there. No confusing which ship this is. Also get a bit of lovely sunset reflection there on the water. She's only turning with some speed, isn't she? They're not fully stocked with rum. Yeah. Bit of a sailing race out this evening. I've seen quite a few sailboats coming up and down the water. I hope they can see the Anthem of the Seas and steer clear. Be too difficult to miss. Camera has the effect of making it looking like they're really close, but there's probably half a mile between the yachts and cruise ship. Pressing effect of a big zoom lens. Like a lovely pirouette here down the side. Oh, I haven't looked in the chat for a while. Where we are? Let's have a look. Oh, Sailing with Will says that Harmony of the Seas is the largest passenger ship to come to Southampton. There we go. I think that's sister ships. The Anthem of the Seas, but don't quote me. I think memory serves me correctly, I think this is Anthem is the third largest one. Symphony. I'm not quite sure which order they go in. Only sort of so many facts and figures I can store in that rum-pickled brain before they leak out again. Nice selection of yellow lifeboats on. Different hull colour to some of the previous ships we've had in port lately. White is the generic colour we seem to have. Blue colour we had last night. Or Liberty's wet or morning. And of course another white. Oh, and there's that giraffe chap on top. Oh, I've done this before. Unless there's a giraffe on... Is there a giraffe on all of these Anthem ships? And they all have a giraffe on the top. Someone would tell me. Question for everyone in the chat. Is there a giraffe on all? You can see now she's firing up the engines to bring the speed up. Somebody says that the Queen Victoria is starting up. Well, she probably is. She's at the other end of the port. She's due to leave at 8:30. So, like I say, there's a good chance we'll leave at the same time. Ship's just ready, and I make haste to the galley. Oh, there's lovely reflections on the water now. Yeah, it's just like an entire little hole opened up in the sky, projecting down that sun, making those lovely ray patterns. Had excellent spot of weather conditions spotting the other day. He caught a wonderful lightning strike just pretty much over there in the centre of the picture, over in I think that's Marchwood. That's not Marchwood Yacht Club. Oh, I'm not sure. Not sure quite. But anyway, instead of the picture, you can see some little yachts bobbing around. Some fantastic strike of lightning straight down there. Boom. On my channel, if you just if you want to subscribe, then you'll look through the library and you'll find it in there. Probably think it's local. Even the local news company approached me about showing that on the local news. I'm not sure if they did or not. Now that sun's really come out at the last minute here. A bit of smoke out there out of the old chimney. I'm led to believe that the smoke that you can see coming out of the funnels is not actually as bad as it looks. It's a consequence of scrubbing technology. Causes the fumes to be sort of yellowy and acrid in colour. Look very pleasant, but yeah, it's better for the environment. Of course, if you're the Iona, she runs on liquefied natural gas. And she has a very, very clear funnel. Very impressive. See how those ship spotters are getting on down in the park. Oh yeah, it's still down there. Still a good vantage point. Not very busy either, shipmates. Ah, ahoy there, Jill. Good evening. How peaceful does it look? Yes, it does. It looks very peaceful. Great way of putting it. Very peaceful. Oh, boy, there, David Mottram. He'll be on her on the 20th of July. Can't wait. Quick check of the wind. Wind is coming from the southwest as usual. Now that setting sun is really doing us some wonderful colour. Water there. It's brilliant. I should be out with the drone really. Oh, you do hear it said that the colour of the water changes a lot, and when I make my drone videos, I can certainly tell you it really does. It does change all the time. Every time I go out, it's a slightly different colour of blue or green or sometimes grey. I don't know why. It's all to do with the light and the clouds and fraction or reflection or things. It is very impressive. You can get sometimes you can get some really, really wonderful photographs, which are on my Instagram account. If you're interested in looking at the photographs I take, that's Ships UK Instagram account. They look really good, some of them. I'm sure I should. No, actually, what I meant to say was some of them look really good. And other times, they've got a great ship in, and the conditions are such the water just looks like, well, sort of slightly dirty tea. Not very attractive. That really spoils the photograph. There's not much I could do about that, is there? It's the conditions of the day. Oh, there, John Brighton, your fear of heights would definitely stop me from going in the observation bubble. Yeah, that could be quite daunting. Don't particularly have a fear of heights myself. I did go on a drop ride up at the Stratosphere Tower in Vegas. Stratosphere Tower is a very tall, narrow building. Observation deck at the top and nothing in between. It's just sort of an observation tower. And on the very top of it was a drop ride. Go to the very top of this building. Have a look at the wonderful panorama of the Strip and all the hotels and all the goings on in Las Vegas. And then you climb up to the top roof, get onto this drop ride, and it shoots you up. I can't remember what exactly it was, but something like 200, 300 feet in the air. Then you fall down. And I'm not afraid of heights, but I must say that was very exhilarating. All of a sudden you've gone from being on top of a building with a panoramic view, which feels quite safe, to just be up in the air. Feels like you've just been shot off the top of a building with no parachute or restraints. If you're ever in Las Vegas, shipmates, I'd recommend that for something to do. If you have a delicate heart or if you're a nervous disposition, I do not recommend that for you. Look at that. See, we've got a really dismal looking grey sky there. Wonderful sunny reflection on the water. It looks a bit like one of Lowry's paintings, doesn't it? Those people at the end look like matchstick cats and dogs and people. Let's have a look back. MG Gaming says it's pronounced Royal Caribbean. I believe that's what he's trying to... I missed it. Daniel Sens says he loves hearing the VTS. And 758 John, ahoy there, shipmate. Look at that. I think this, if you were on your holidays, having a cruise around the coast of the UK, which is a marvellous country, you'd be quite happy with yourself now. It's quite warm out there. It's not hot, but certainly pleasant enough to sit on your balcony, enjoy the setting sun over the container terminal, Southampton. Oh, Christine Keith says she liked blue for cruise ships, but this suits the cruiser better. I have to say, I wasn't a particular fan of this powder blue or baby blue or something like that. But it is quite fetching, and at a distance, I think it maybe hides some of the vastness of the ship. Very pleasing colour. It sort of blends the bottom half of the ship quite so. Well, that's what I feel anyway. It's not quite such a rectangular lump on the water, a bit more ethereal looking. Yellow lifeboats there. Ahoy there, crazy cat, Lady Mac. From Norwich. Okay. You with your crazy cats when you're... Oh no, the cat's crazy or you're the crazy cat lady. Cattery, don't you? Away cruising. Oh yeah, Bertie Doe. Captain's either Henrik Sorensen or Felix Ban. Information there, shipmate. I've been to secure myself when conditions allow a little trip to a bridge. I've been promised a trip to a bridge on the cruise ship. So that's soon. Hope we don't get any more lockdown. That's Caribbean International. The pod. They are not passengers. Mates. Suppose you might have a bit of a honk. Us. Victoria. The end, the Queen Victoria. May not though. Seem to exchange less honking between competing lines, but if they're the same lines, they honk really well together. News Girl 100 suggests the scrubbing technology needs more soap and agrees. I tend to agree with you. Look very attractive. This to me looks like some sort of science fiction film. You've got a spaceship going past in space. How many rooms are there? Same. Rooms, rooms, rooms. People. Just amazing. I mean, you might not be impressed with the Port terminal, but I think you'd have to be impressed with that sunset at the moment. Pretty nicely. And in case you're curious, let's just see. Yep, it's still going. 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 Well, looks like a shipmate taking a video. Give us a wave, shipmate. You should be watching YouTube Servant Ships. I hope you better subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and it wouldn't be staring out your window. You're stuck to your phone inside. Part of the environmental drive amongst the ship operators, the cruise ship operators, port, power the ships from land. Yeah, we got a really good view here of that capsule. So there's that capsule I was talking about. You jump in there and it sticks up into the air and whizzes around. I think it goes left and right a little bit, so you can, I don't know if you can see over the side of the ship or not. Not sure how far it goes. I've not been on it. It goes at an angle. It certainly goes up anyway. Confident about that. Yes, the cruise operators are now starting to plug the ships into mains land-based electricity when they're in port. Currently, the cruise ships, when they dock in ports, they keep their engines running to generate all the electricity for services on board the ships, and thus generates a reasonable amount of pollution. This stuff, I mean, not this ship in particular, but just generally the ships in general, and add a fair amount of pollution. So the idea is, they're in port. A ship like this, the Anthem of the Seas, they won't running their engines to generate electricity. They'll plug into shore power. Means they can turn the engines off, and it should increase the air quality of the port of Southampton. Is quite a lot of pollution is caused in port from the other end. That's the Queen Victoria, also having a little puff away as well. Well, Queen Victoria is fitted with quite so up-to-date scrubbing technology, so it's rather darker look. I mean, you can see why they don't use the shore power plugins, because they run on heavy oil fuels and cheap just to run the engines rather than pay for shore-based electricity. No good for the port. That looks to me like the bug was making a whistly noise. Thought that little, I think that's the ST Challenge just down there. He was beaming away with a steam whistle. Perhaps off on a trip. Wrong camera. I do get my cameras confused. Has turned my bare cabin here into a broadcast. Disadvantage I've noticed. Rather warm in here. Yeah, we can just about see the stern there of the eye. Oh, ahoy there, Trevor Woolner. Do I know where the Queen Victoria's going? Actually, I don't. I suspect she's off down to Torquay. She's not passengering just yet. It's just a coastal thing. Oh, Steph P says lovely golden water. Yes, it was lovely golden water, wasn't it? That's an unusual sight. I don't often get the golden water in port. And the ahoy there, the WB Core. Does she have passengers on board? Well, originally I would have said no. But actually she does have 16 passengers. That's 6 passengers. 16 very lucky passengers. Wonder if they're journalists or something, or maybe they're YouTubers. Maybe there's a special cruise for YouTubers to enjoy the sights and sounds of the ship. Important channel. Ahoy there, David PS. It's nice to have a drink at the Dancing Man Brewery opposite the pier and watch the boats go by. Yes, I agree. I agree with you there, shipmate. Excellent location, Dancing Man Brewery. They brew their beer in-house. And in fact, they have been voted the best beer in definitely Southampton. It'll be Hampshire. Award-winning. Certainly recommend it. Ahoy there, Leona Desmond. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, it jumped. The chat just jumped massively. There was a question about cruise ships going to Portsmouth. I don't know why the cruise ships have started going to Portsmouth. I know the new Virgin cruise ship is going to Portsmouth. I don't know the reasoning behind it. Anthem of the Seas here, clearly emblazoned on the stern of the vessel. Oh, ahoy there, Bill Story, watching from Bermuda. Well, welcome aboard, shipmate. Don't suspect you've got many cruise ships going into your Caribbean islands at the moment. Very different for you. Not a lot of tourism. Make the islands quite tranquil. Ahoy there, Ben J. Enjoy your broadcast. Even the box junction cam is surprisingly entertaining when congested. A couple of friends are glued. Fencing driving advice. Yes, I agree. The box junction cam is very entertaining. I'm considering changing the name of the box junction cam. Because we have box cam as well. So it's getting a little confusing to have box junction cam and box cam. Fellow shipmate did suggest perhaps calling it jam cam. There are a lot of traffic jams on box junction cam, but it's not always a traffic jam, so I may put a little poll up in the community for people to make suggestions for a camera name. The best way for keep in touch with these sorts of things. Don't know if you managed to hear that. It was a bit of hooting. Yes, there was an exchange of hoots there between the Anthem of the Seas and Queen Victoria. Yeah, so the best way to get involved with the community body is subscribe to the channel, and then when these sort of things happen, you'll know. Oh, ahoy there, Amanda Prince. Love watching the videos. Water and escapism. Marvellous, marvellous. Great to hear. Marty Wood says, Queen Victoria is actually going to Torquay. I thought it was Torquay. Oh, you think the VTS station is a typo? Curious. Ah, yes, that's right. Ahoy there, David. P.S. The ride at the top of the stratosphere is called the Big Shot. That's right. It is a big shot. Totally agree with that. It's very well named. See, I can almost, the chat, I would say that the chat facility on this channel is almost better than Google. I don't even have to ask Google, I just ask the chat and I get an answer. Ahoy there, Paul Dobson, an independent travel agent. He'll be on board on the 15th this month and he'll give us a wave. Well done, shipmate. That is the prerequisite, unfortunately, of being a subscriber to the channel. You are obliged to wave if you are departing from the port of Southampton. It's all obligatory. we'll get the Anthem of the Seas here, going behind. Just reaching dock head now, so she'll be able to open up the taps and a little bit of speed on. Only allowed to do 6 knots in port, and it will be probably... Oh, look, there's one of the red jets whizzing by. Fun sight. Yes, one of the... well, she'll open up now. Probably has about 12 knots. Can't really see past her at the moment because of the great big Iona 44 berth. Once she goes past Iona, we'll be able to follow for a bit. But possibly Queen Victoria might be leaving because she's due to depart at 8 o'clock or 8:30. So it's a good chance she'll depart at about the same time. As we can see at the other seas. There's a question there about from shipmate Barry Rotherton. Will social distancing and other restrictions in the UK also cease from the 19th? Yes, my understanding is that the government are relaxing restrictions. Will be changing. Although it does seem to change quite often and frequently, moving goalposts. I can understand during this pandemic, trying to do the best, trying to get things working. Some of these ships now require double vaccinations as well. You have to be doubly vaccinated, otherwise you can't get on board. Seems to me pretty safe if everyone on board is doubly vaccinated. Wrong. We can't see the Anthem of the Seas anymore. Disappeared off. All we can really see is rather splendid P&O Iona. Now the Anthem of the Seas will pop out on somewhere towards the bow, and if the Queen Victoria starts to move, I shall let you know. I'm just going to get myself a little drink, shipmates, because it's a bit hot in my cabin here, so I shall continue to follow the ship, and I'll be back in a bit, but I'm just going to myself and the glove.
MSD Virgo, Southampton VTS, advice, do not pass your pilot boarding station until your pilot is safely on board the bridge and maintain a good listening watch. Channel 09 for instructions from your pilot launch, and Channel 12 for traffic information is CMA CGM George Forster. She's passing St Helens and will be outbound using the Deepwater route. Victoria, BTS, that's all copy, thank you.
Southampton VTS, Iona.
Iona, Southampton VTS, good evening.
Yes, good evening, ma'am. Just confirming our departure time this evening of 2300, 2300.
Iona, Southampton VTS, that's correct, 2300.
Many thanks, Iona, standing by on 12.
Southampton VTS. Good evening. Sorry, Southampton VTS, that's all copy, thank you. Yarmouth Road. Advice, do not pass your pilot boarding station until your pilot is safely on board the bridge, please. Sorry, Southampton VTS, your pilot boarding time, 21:15, 2115 at the East Leap pilot boarding ground. Queen Victoria VTS, Western Channel, thank you.
Oh, shipmates, I've just realised I've been talking to you for about 20 minutes with the microphone on mute still. I was getting a drink. It's rather amateurish of me. Oh well. But to say, I think the visibility is not very good. I hope you enjoy this little broadcast, shipmates. It's great to see another ship in port, and great to see the potential of the ships starting to sail for real again very soon. Be a few more broadcasts, so if you want to keep in touch with the broadcasts, I'll probably start to do them at more peculiar times of the day, possibly in the mornings as well, trying to fit in with my own personal schedule. If you want to keep in touch, make sure subscribe and hit that notification bell. If I do a live broadcast, you'll get notified, because sometimes these ships do come and go at different times than is scheduled. Just like to thank all my Patreons. There is a Patreon account, it's down there in the description of the video. Your contributions help greatly towards the cost of purchasing new cameras. I have a new camera purchased for another installation and another camera purchased for another installation, so I'm a bit busy at the moment. I sort out cameras. It's not as easy to install a camera as you might imagine. Some of them seem to be, in fact all of them seem to be in rather precarious locations, either on the sides or tops or buildings. Good job I'm not afraid of heights. And also some PayPal donors as well. All these funds are greatly appreciated. But of course, most sincere thanks goes out to the Blue Spanner crew, who do such a wonderful job in looking after the chat while I'm busy driving the wrong camera. Well, till next time, shipmates.
VTS, Red Jet 7, shortly away from Town Key.
VTS Sand Heron, that's me on the move now from Crown Wolf. Yes, Sand Heron.
Sand Heron, Southampton VTS. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you. That's me on the move now from Crown Wolf, outbound 4.6 metres to the west.
Sand Heron, Southampton VTS. That's full copy. Thank you. Outbound to the west. 4.6.
VTS, Red Jet 7, shortly away from Town Key.
Red Jet 7 VTS. That's full copy. Thank you. Traffic information, the Anthem of the Seas passing SO outbound, and the Queen Victoria steamed Elbow outbound. Both of these vessels a clear channel vessel, please.
All copy, thank you.
Arc Independence, Southampton VTS. Arc Independence, VTS. All copy through the port, thank you. First Kaya, Southampton VTS. First Kaya, Southampton VTS. Good evening. If it's safe to do so, you may drop your anchor in your intended location, and if you could call back once your anchor is dropped and you are secure, please.
VTS, Red Osprey.
Red Osprey VTS.
Yeah, good evening. We're going to be shortly underway from Royal Pier. We'll be standing by just off Town Key. While our colleagues and the Eagle come alongside, we'll be back alongside Royal Pier for the 2100 sailing.
Red Osprey VTS, that's understood, thank you. Commodore Goodwill, Southampton VTS. Good evening. Commodore Goodwill, Southampton VTS, that's all copy, thank you. Traffic information, the Arc Independence, she's through the port outbound west of the tower. The Almerique going inbound west of the tower and over the new ground. CMA CGM George Forster, Southampton VTS, all copied. East of the tower using the outer nav buoys and no other reported traffic apart from the MSC Virgo to affect you. Almerique VTS. Almerique VTS, that's all copy, thank you. Traffic information, the Arc Independence. She's approaching the Warner Boy outbound, will be west of the tower, and the Commodore Goodwill, War Memorial outbound, West Princessa.
VTS, ready, go approaching high line, permission to maintain our speed, please.
Ready, all VTS, all copied, permission granted.
Thank you very much.
VTS, Anthem to Sea, quickly out, main channel to the east.
Anthem of the Seas, VTS, book boy, thank you. Commonwealth Goodwill, Southampton VTS, Blue report, thank you. First Tyre, Southampton VTS. First Tyre, Southampton VTS, that's all, copy, thank you. Maintain a good listening watch, channel 12 and 09 at all times, please. Triple 7, Southampton VTS, good evening. Triple 7, Southampton VTS, that's all, copy, thank you, and I understand you're bound for the Yarmouth anchorage, is that correct? Triple 7, Southampton VTS, that's all, copy, thank you. Could I confirm your deepest draft this evening and number of persons on board, please? Triple 7, Southampton VTS, that's all, copy, thank you. A draft of 3.6 and 16 COB.
VTS, Sandharan, Western Shore South.
Sandharan VTS, Western Shore, thank you. City of Chichester, Southampton VTS. City of Chichester, Southampton VTS, that's all copies, thank you. The Arc Independence approaching the Nab End outbound, but west of the tower, and the MSC Virgo. She's inbound to water pilot Alpha, and then we'll be using the deep water route.